What is going on, everybody? It's Where's Fluffy from the FOG Gaming channel, and today I'm going to be teaching you my ways or the ways of playing Ekko. So as you can see, the first thing we're going to go over, runes and masteries. As far as my AP masteries, this is what I use for any AP champs. Really, it's not a big deal. I usually only use 2 to not 3 mastery pages. Doesn't matter to me. Don't care. I don't really use 4 or 5. I only use 4 if I ever play Nasus, actually. And I don't really use the tank that much. But, forget all that. So, just looking at it, we have the AP Quints. Obviously, those are really good. And I have the Magic Penetration Quints. I mean, not the Magic Quints. The red penetrations. And then I have the simple Magic Resist and the simple armor and scaling armor, 3 for some reason. Don't know why, I just never use it. I also have 3 ability power glyphs. Don't judge me. I actually have 6. Oh, I haven't checked this. Okay, 6 ability power glyphs and 3 magic resist glyphs. Don't judge me. But those are my simple runes. Now, when it comes to masteries of playing Ekko, I always go 12-18. We're talking about Ekko mid here. I go 12-18, playing Ekko mid. So, you know, Savagery, Secret Stash. You could go Assassin for landing phase. I don't normally do that. Like, I never do that, actually. I prefer Secret Stash, and it helps me with my potions because Ekko's pre-6 landing phase is a bit iffy, in my opinion. Merciless, obviously. Dangerous game, obviously. Intelligence, because I like that cooldown. You definitely need cooldown on Ekko. And Thunderlords, broken as fuck on Ekko Decree. And then for the first ferocity, you get sorcery, obviously. Double-edged sword, natural talent, and oppressor. I prefer oppressor over bounty hunter. I mean, yeah, it's good. But, you know, if it's stacked, I think it'd be even better. But it'd be kind of broken if you, like, really get ahead. So those are my simple masteries for Ekko. AP mid Ekko. And then when we go to tank Ekko, which I've been playing a bit of recently because it's really strong and I really understand how it works. I do recovery, explorer, runic armor, because this scales with, you know, your W shield and your alt, which gives you, you know, health back, so it counts as healing. As far as insight or perseverance, I kind of prefer perseverance over insight because I can get, you know, the summoner cooldowns from anywhere. If I'm playing tank top Ekko, I get the tenacity, the 15% tenacity, and really going on Ekko is grasp of the undying. That's so good on tank Ekko. I get then this mastery set is basically the same. I get all of those, and that's about it. As far as runes for tank Ekko, they remain the same as my AP for AP mid Ekko. So now we're gonna go over Ekko's abilities as a champion. First, you have his passive, which is basically 3 stacks on a minion or 3 stacks on an enemy champion. You get more movement speed for using or getting you 3 stacks off on an enemy champion, and it also deals magic damage getting all 3 stacks, which is why Thunderlords is so good on Ekko, because it stacks with his passive. Now Ekko's Q is most closely related to Ari's, except when you throw this Q, you know, it stops about right there. It generally slows down as it opens up, like right there, and it does more damage on the way back, like Ari Q, but except the fact that it's not true damage. His W, as you can see, it has a passive and it has an active. The passive basically is you deal more damage to enemies on 30%, and minions too. And his active is basically you activate it, and after 3 seconds, a shield drops down. Now, anything in that shield radius is stunned by Ekko, or if Ekko is not in that radius, it's a slow to enemy champions. And I'm gonna show you that in just a second. If Sub would be so kindly as to come close. So I'm gonna throw my W down on Sub, and when it comes down, he's gonna move a little bit. As you can see, slow is applied. When Ekko steps in, it becomes a stun, and that's how his W, works. His E is basically a dash. It also procs Sheen passive or any other passives that empower. It's essentially an auto tech is what it is. And his ult basically sends him back in time to wherever you see this thing following him around. It follows his every step. Doesn't do everything he does, but it's just like a walking mimic of his last 4 seconds. And his ult works like, as you can see, it has the 100 health you get back no matter when you ult, and then you got the 20% plus the 3% of how much AP you have in the scales. So late game his ult is really, really good. And as you can see, the radius for his ult is right there. So when you ult back in time or whatever, that's the radius of his ult and where it does damage. Simple, right? Now, simple combos on Ekko I generally do during laning phase is the Q, which I use to apply the slow, and then after I get that second stack, I E in, and there you go. You have proc your passive and you've proc Thunderlords, and that's pretty good. Now, if I like to be the more aggressive type and generally apply pressure, I'll E first, Q, get the slow, and then go after the third auto attack. That one's the clone. You really can't tell which one. I can't, or at least I can't tell which one is the fucking clone. They used to have like different colors for LeBlanc, so you can tell. You could always tell which one is the clone, but I don't think they do it anymore. But yeah, and then you have the W. Now Ekko's W is weird because there's so many different situations. You can either use it to let a gank happen on your lane, or you can use it to protect yourself. So if LeBlanc was attacking me, I'd throw out my W, and she like WN. She gets stunned. I'm fine, and I can continue to do damage. Now she was running away. I could throw my W to where she's going. The hardest thing about the W is you have to predict within 3 seconds of throwing that W out what's going to happen. Because if you don't, you basically shit the bed and kind of fuck yourself over because now you don't have a shield or you don't have any CC. And his ult is basically be mindful that with Ekko's ult, any CC such as a snare, taunt, not slows, but knockups, you can't use his ult during those things. So you kind of like fuck yourself if you get hit by a Morgana snare and you can't do anything for 3 seconds because your ult just doesn't matter. But if that happens, I recommend just throwing your W right above you and hope for the best that you don't die within those seconds of being snared and that shield comes down. And as far as strength and weaknesses go, I feel like Ekko is really strong scaling wise. I feel like, for me, in my opinion, I feel like I have no problem blowing up carries, early, mid, or late game, because I feel like I always know what I'm doing. I play the champion a lot. I feel like I'm always in control for the most part of what I do. And his ult is just a big game changer because, yeah, the radius is not that huge, but in team fights, nobody pays attention to that shit, really. Nobody pays attention to where his, I don't know what we call it, his time clone or whatever it is. Nobody pays attention to where it is. So if you manage to pop that ult and it lands on, a good 3 people and it applies even a third stack or you do it into your W, it can be so huge for your team. It's it's a game changer, and it all depends on, you know, how you use it. It's really difficult. It can be difficult to land, if, you know, the enemy pays attention, but generally, I feel like they don't. Weaknesses, I feel like his levels 1 through 5 before pre-6 can be kind of shitty, especially against somebody like LeBlanc or Zed. You know, those really good early game champ. I think he's really good against Talon and Zed. My only problem with Zed is, you know, if you lose against Zed or LeBlanc before pre-6, you just kind of shit the bed, and it doesn't really matter if you have your ult or not. But if you go even or get ahead in those lanes, your ult is basically like your saving grace no matter what you do, because it's, like I said, it's a game changer. Unless you're behind in those lanes, then you kind of just fuck yourself over. But, you know, those are my simple combos, how to play his strengths and weaknesses. And next I'm gonna go over AP mid Ekko builds my way and tank Ekko top builds my way. And, you know, thanks for watching and enjoying. And fucking Sub's gonna try and kill me. And voila, as you can see, we've done it. The outplay potential.